There's two cryptocurrencies that are running against the market right now that we do need to pay attention to. That's Zcash and that's Dash. So these things are going through a parabolic stage right now, running against the market. We need to look at exactly one thing. Firstly, what does Bitcoin need to do? Because it is important that Bitcoin needs to take back a key level, hold a key level, and we're going to talk about that first. Then we're going to do an update on ICP from yesterday's video because we said there was a 4-point plan for recovery on ICP and it's ready to take back the first point of the 4-point plan before we can start flipping bullish on ICP. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about in this video. Let's dive in. And we will start with Bitcoin. And this is one strong thing from Bitcoin. We've taken back 110,200. That was the resistance barrier that we were struggling to get through, and we've cracked through there. So by the candle close of today, by the end of the session, if Bitcoin turns bullish, this level should hold as support going into tomorrow, giving confidence further down the risk curve. So 110,000, that's strong for Bitcoin. That's holding as support right now. And we've also got the big daddy 200 daily moving average sat right underneath it. So that's double confluence. We're expecting to hold 110,000. We're expecting to come back up to test the 50, which is all the way up here at 113,000. Even that little move for Bitcoin going into the next couple of days would give conviction for the altcoins. So we jump into Zcash first. And this is something we talked about a couple of weeks ago in one of my videos. And I'd said one thing, this was going to be the key level. 38.2. We'd breached the 38.2, and I said, if we come back down to test this level at $150.99, then that for me is a good support buy. Once you've broken through a barrier, you come back, you retest that as support. When you're in a bullish trend, you expect a continuation. So is this too late to get into Zcash? What I'm going to do is zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. And what you can see is this is the 2021 bull market high on Zcash. And we've broken through there. I'd give projections at 472.37 for the 1272. And we're going to look at the 1618 very shortly. But first things first, what we're going to do is bring up the equal measured move. Why is this important? 1 to 1. This represents the previous all-time high of the 2021 bull market. So if we get a rejection at the 1272, or if we get a pullback to the 1-to-1 equal measured move, I'm waiting for one thing, for a buildup of structure at this level, to hold this level as previous resistance, to act as support before we get a continuation to the 1618. So that buildup of structure is key. And the 1618 sat all the way up here at $591.24. So it is conditional. Bitcoin needs to do something. Then we need a rejection at the 1272. We need to come back. We need to hold this previous level, the 1-to-1 equal measure move sat at $370 as support before you get a continuation to $591. So Dash next. And what we're going to do in this one, I'm going to show you a little trick. So if in doubt, zoom out. Get rid of everything on here. If in doubt, zoom out. What we're going to do is we're going to go into a higher time frame, which is the weekly time frame. So each one of these candles now represents 1 week of price action. Now, I'm going to give you a little trick here. Up to the top, you'll see this line chart. Click the line chart and it does this. Now, the line chart represents the candle close of the day. So take out the volatility of the wicks to the upside, take out the volatility of the wicks to the downside, and you end up with a consistent level. That's the line chart. That's the sticking point. Now, what we're going to do is join the dots. So we're going to get our line and we're going to come up and we're going to see how many sticking points on a higher time frame has had a reaction previously in the past to determine what reaction we're going to get going forward in the future. You can see here. Tell me if you agree. You've got support, you've got support, you've got support. So you've got support, support, support. What happens here? Resistance. Now, this is strong because we've broken through this barrier and we expect this to pull back and hold support on the higher time frame now, $69. So we're going to move up and we're going to move up, and you can see, do exactly the same thing. And tell me again, do you agree? You've got resistance, flip support, and you expect this to be resistance again. Now, look where price action is now, nearly testing this level at $90. So we do the same thing again. Last time, this is going to be our last resistance barrier. Again, do you agree? Resistance, support, resistance. So once we break through, that's going to be your next barrier. And that is an easy way, my friends, how you can identify key resistance, key support bases, where you're likely to get sticking points in the market going forward because you've had big reactions on the higher time frame in the past. So let's jump into ICP next. And you can see with ICP, we did actually breach this. This was strong. This was bullish. I'd said that was going to be the first area that we need to overcome is to crack this trend, give momentum. And one thing you can see that this break of structure here, $3.28, needs to act as our next support. So if we come back here, test that as support, and then we can push through and take back this lower high. So the lower high is going to be the first area that we need to break and close above before we can start climbing and climbing back into the accumulation phase before we even get into this acceleration gap. So we've got the 50 period moving average, and we've got this lower high here, which is going to be around about a consistent level. So that's going to be a reaction point. That's going to be a rejection point, and that's currently set at $3.72. So if price breaks above $3.72, and you can see that the 50 is curving down, if we hold this as support, that is double confluence, and you expect another swing to the upside, continuation, start pushing up towards the $4.99, $5 mark on ICP. So we're not there yet, but we know exactly what needs to happen in the short term. We need to take back this lower high. We need to take back the 50 period moving average. And once we've done that, that's given conviction that the bulls have got their turn. We're holding support, we're putting in higher lows, and we're pushing back up into this trend. Right, guys, let me know in the comments what you want me to cover next. We've got crypto school later on. Anybody that's in anyone's interested in crypto school, we've got some of the top influencers on YouTube. You've got Tyler Hill, you've got Connor Kenny, you've got lots of people within crypto school, and these guys give you mentoring, one-to-one tuition, you get one-to-one coaching, you get calls, you get to be a part of an amazing Discord group, but more importantly, you get to surround yourself by people that can help you build the knowledge to understand exactly how to do this thing yourself. So if you are interested in that, link in my description. Join Crypto School, $99 a month, and I'll see you guys there.